straight away. No more barriers. No more barriers. We saw it earlier at Winston Churchill's statue. So, as I told you earlier, I came into London today to meet the one and only traditional bricklayer Dino. We just want to have a little walk around, see the venue, see where we're going to be on Saturday. What do you reckon, Dean?
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Weather forecast will be good then.
Yeah.
The setting, the surroundings, going to be a good day. Very open. That open space gives that social inclusion.
Yeah.
You know, probably a bit more than June the 1st did.
Yeah.
You know, and a random iconic statue, the lions as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah. So, listen, a lot of work's gone in the background of this. I know that a lot of people are very excited for the right reasons. You know, everything that we're seeing in the United Kingdom at the moment is very worrying for the future. As you know, the last event that we did, we didn't have a Labour government in at that point. What do you reckon, Dean? What looking forward, what are the things we really need to keep our eyes on?
We need to be looking at the plan of diversity, Dan. You know, the way the pendants swing more to one side. We need to be asking questions, because the terminology of diversity is we've moved aside and helped, and it has worked, but now it's not come back. So we could look at things like what Khan's done. The population of London is over 80% of East London of non-white British. So that's not diversity. So we need to be looking at how can we invest in getting English community, the white English community, back into East London, get that pendant swinging back, stop that division, and hit more unity together.
Yeah, too right. I mean, one of the things that's happening on Saturday is there's going to be a plan laid out from sort of like the side of how things should be moving forward, where should we be going. From your point of view, where do you see things moving? How would you like to see things moving forward from the 27th of July?
We need to be educating the upper middle class to let them know we're not fascists. Just because we believe in our culture and our country and we're proud of our history and heritage, we're not fascists, we are patriots. It's called positive patriotism. We need to be promoting that. Now, we're doing our work behind the scenes. My following, we're all positive patriots. So what that means is we're open to multicultural societies if it's done correctly, you know, and we want to say we're moving aside to let these cultures, different cultures come in, but we've moved aside too much now, and we've become second-class citizens in our own motherland. So we need to be asking the right questions, the factual questions, and how we can get that pendant back to stop this this division. You know, so it's Saturday.
It's right for them.
Yeah,
it's right.
Saturday is very important, very, very important to everyone. Listen, if it's not about one man, God bless Tommy, you know, and his work. He's a gentleman, what he's done for this country for so long, and he has my sincere support. Okay, moving forward from that. It's not just about Tommy. We all grown people, we can agree and disagree. But what we can all agree with is we all want to celebrate our culture. So come down and I'll guarantee it'll be the best day you've had in a long while. You know, you'll be surrounded by like-minded people of all ages, women, men, different colours, ethnics, and we all have a great day, and that's what it's about.
What we've seen some very bad situations happen around this country in the last few days. What's your perspective on what's happened in Leeds, and do you think that could potentially be something that we're going to be seeing more of in the future, with the divisive cultures that are coming into our country that aren't really integrating within our societies? And it was a boiling point where what we saw in Leeds. I mean, what's your opinion on what we saw, and how do you see it moving forward?
Listen, first and foremost, colour has no place in this debate of what happened in Leeds. What happened in Leeds is wrong, whether it's Christians, Muslims, Romanian, Gypsies, whoever done it, it's wrong. We know that it's wrong. It is an arrestable offence. The police were unprepared for it. I'd be asking questions to the Chief of Leeds, how that wasn't policed, how they had to retreat. By retreating, you've sent a signal and a sign.
They weren't just retreating, they were literally running away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a good, I mean, if you look at what they did to Patriots just here, in this here. Yeah. I mean, they've got an ability to stop those type of things happening. And I think the reason they by not stopping it, they allowed it to escalate into what it is. The two-tier policing that we saw in Leeds, why is that happening? Why did that happen in Leeds? Why didn't that happen?
You know yourself, we've both been on the front line. You know, I've got photos and videos of me being battered, you know, to bits. for doing nothing, you know, and that makes me mad because I'm looking at that. Why weren't they prepared for that? You know, they should have been prepared. The way they removed those kids from that house, any faith would have reacted. Now, not in them ways, that's bad, so we know it's wrong. What makes me suspect about this diversity thing is when we come on Saturday, you bet your life to be right, police here. I mean, I've been told how many's going to be here, you know.
Loads.
Why wasn't that prepared there? So they've sent a message now to other faiths who are going to try and better that, I think. So this is where it gets difficult. And when we're judged in one way and others ain't, then that's just wrong. Now, why would you think about if you've got 2 children and you give one a Mars bar, you give one a milkshake and not the other, that other child's going to hate that other child then. It's going to create division. And that's what's going on at the moment. We need to stop that division. This diversity is creating division. Now, I want to make a valid point here. The England team, 4, 5, 6 years ago, Gary Lineker, Rio Fernandes were calling out saying it wasn't diverse enough. England team in the World Cup, European final had more ethnic or what you would say black English in it than white English. I didn't moan. If you're scoring 50 goals a season, I don't care if you're white, black, as long as you support our culture. But we now should come forward and say, well, where's the diversity in this? Because they've done it to us. You know?
So playing them at their own game,
100%. Attack them like they've attacked us. Politically, factually. So let's go, well, diversity, right, we've swung for you. Well, let's have a look at what you're doing for the white people now, the English people. Let's celebrate British culture, unity together, not Black History Month, Black Music Awards. I don't mind listening to certain music, and I'll learn, I'll indulge, as long as they listen to mine. Then if they don't want to listen to mine, then that's not diverse.
So basically, where we're giving a lot, we're not getting a lot back.
100%.
So I mean, you only got to travel the north of England to see that under the umbrella of like diversity, some of our areas in the UK are too diverse because you don't recognise any British history, any culture in those cities. Have we allowed this to go on at such a high level for too long? And how do we change that?
Right, now, you've got to, when I debate, and all my platforms that I do, I debate in facts, not opinions. I choose truth over sensitivity. Right, every city in England, Dan, is majority ethnic, not homegrown English. Quite a minority don't accept British culture. So, the diversity in all those cities in England isn't working. Because it's dependent swayed one side. So we can't talk about Teddington, we can't talk about Norfolk because that's majority white. In the major cities, we've worked diversity and it's worked against us. Why is that? Why has the investment been put in to create more white communities to bring that diversity back as it should be, the word diversity? I want to ask the right questions. I want to speak to Khan and ask what he's doing for the members of East London, the residents, you know, to bring that back, to bring more white English teachers in. Let me ask you a question quickly. I always get stuff sent to me about, oh, if you're ill, you'll have an immigrant doctor. And so I should. Should you not help the community if you come here? We welcome you, we embrace you, we educate you. That's fine. But what's letting down, let's say, the white doctors? Why isn't enough white doctors? The system's letting it down. Where's the investment for the homegrown doctors? Let's look into that. Let's get that pendant swayed back. Let's get the money invested back into our culture, because I think, I'm going to tell you straight now, our culture is progressive, very entrepreneurial. We've created the world, we've moulded the world where it is today, and we've lost that, I think, through diversity. I think that winning, that go mentality, well, you've only got to look at the inventions, from what we did and what we haven't done in the last 40 years. So we need to create unity, get these cultures back together, work together, and just go from there.
It's been disheartening to see the things that have happened, because you're a very patriotic man. Everyone that knows you, everyone that watches your videos, they'll see that you're very much about history, culture. That for me is declining. I mean, you may see it a different way, but I see that on a decline at the moment. What we're trying to do as a movement, I can't speak for Tommy, I can't speak for anyone that's around him in the team, but from my point of view, this is about bringing back the Englishness, the Britishness back into society, implementing the Christianity faith in the things that we're doing, like it always has been, And like, because if you look at the last 10 years, I feel like a lot of it has been taken out of our core beliefs of who we are and what we look like as a country. And coming down on the 27th is actually showing that you care.
100%.
And showing that you care shows that you're willing to stand up. I mean, I said this the other day, for a lot of us, it's over. I mean, these are our memories of our country. We're not going to be able to change this. Before me and you become an old man, we're not going to be able to change too much. But what we're doing now is having a fight for the kids in the future. In 20 years, your son's going to be the same age. You know, it's how important is it to maintain this level of trying to keep the levels of Englishness, Britishness, and everything that's happening, and how can we progress that with the things that we're trying to do, that we've spoken about, diversity, trying to make them aware of that. Yeah, okay, we've given you diversity, but you've got to give us diversity back. We've given us back our people. How do you see corporations? How do you see that being implemented in the future?
It's got to be done factually. Now, someone's gave someone the privilege of debunking history and giving out the false information. We're going to start pushing factual history, the right history, and the positive effect we've had on the world. And I think that's British history, and everyone should unite and promote that. Now, what I want to say just quickly, Dan, is I don't like what I'm seeing. I want all the YouTubers to stand down for me, because a lot of these YouTubers are promoting negativity. I keep looking at these videos. London's falling, London's done. That's not what we want to see. People want to come to your platforms and see positivity. We want to encourage people, positivity, strength. There's too much negativity being promoted. So my advice to you guys is don't watch negativity, watch positivity. We've even got to people who are scared of coming Saturday because of the videos they're watching. This ain't right. We need to change the narrative to say, look, Saturday's going to be a friendly day.
And they saw that on the first. I mean,
100%.
We saw the positivity, we saw the pride in people that they had. There was no trouble. It's going to be the same this weekend. We understand the severities of what's going on, but we have to be able to push the positive sides of what we're doing to change that, because people need to get hope, and positivity breeds hope.
The only way we're going to change that, Dan, is like we said, through the way they changed it for us, through the laws and rules of diversity. Now, I want to question Khan on some of the acts that he's done. For me, it's hate speech, inflammatory, creating division, and he's broke certain laws that we stuck to. I mean, listen, you're talking to a man whose family goes back to 1731 in Canning Town. I've got two uncles who still live there. Everyone else has moved out because we was forced out, not forced out by the way of violence, just forced out because lack of integration. The friendliness, it had just gone. Now, we can only do so much at our end. Other cultures have to be responsible and stand and do their end. So those leading other cultures on the platforms, you need to get in touch and we'll have a chat, we'll have a sit down, and we can work together. And then, like I say, factually through the words of diversity, let it work both ways. We haven't got a problem. This is England, this is our culture, respect it, learn from it. You may not agree with everything, but that is it, you know.
That's your right. I mean, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to be on the same page as us. But what you have to understand is this is a nation that we've that has long fought for its history and looked after its people. And we're getting to a point where it's so blasé, and that we're just allowing our history to be erased. The kids aren't. I believe that the schooling system is now being developed in a way to keep people from understanding the good that we did, and only to teach the negative that we did. Like you, Dean, you removed your kid out of school. I removed my child out of school for those very reasons, that we saw it going in the wrong direction. The education for the future generations is so important, and positivity and showing that there is hope in what we're doing is massive for them moving forward.
Too many people are scared to come forward and come out, and that's not right. That ain't right. We're trying to change that with positivity. If you go on both our channels, we always speak fairly. We speak with facts, not opinions. And people need to come out. And now in the schooling, the fact is, these teachers are employed to teach English, history or whatever, not life values. That's the jobs of the parents. You do get cases
involved in both, isn't it?
Yeah, you do get cases where the parents are failing. The odd case they need help. So perhaps mentors should come in, stuff like that. Schools, the people I've speak to at universities getting cancelled and chucked out because of their beliefs, who they follow. If they're not left and liberal, they're outcasted, and that's wrong. Now, going back, factually, to university it used to be 3-1, so 3 liberal leftist thinking to 1 conservative. 20 years down the line, we're now 9-10 to 1. That has increased the ratio dramatically, so we need to be looking at that. You know, the schooling system, we need to look at that investment, teaching the right thing, and why the hell should you be ashamed of your history and your culture? Now, what I want to say is we had a debate with some guys earlier, openly protesting here in Trafalgar Square. I get it, listen, that's what we fought for, freedom of speech, you know, but if you're young, fit, go home and fight your war. Why are you doing it here? Because if we was to go to their country, not everyone would do it because we're respectful. Imagine going in the middle of Bangladesh, standing up as a white man, protesting, you'd get hammered then. Communities have got out of hand, the police are not policing it enough.
And we're just fed up of seeing foreign conflicts take precedence over everything that's going on. I mean, the amount of news that you see that talks about Ukraine, talks about, you know, the Palestinian things, you know, we're sick of it. There are so many problems in this country that need to be addressed. And what happens is the media and the elites, they'll focus on things that are outside of the country, so no one's focus is inside. Because I think what you're seeing now in places like Germany, France, and Holland is that those communities have now managed to look in themselves, see the problems, and that's why they're now voting these right-wing governments in. But in the UK, a lot of what you see is very negative. It's never about the English, it's always about the negativity. And when it does talk about the British, about the English, it's about, you know, showing videos of people being battered by riot police. You know, there was no coverage really of St George's Day. You know, you look in Ireland, even the United Kingdom, when Ireland had the St Patrick's Day, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
They push it on
100%. But do you know what, Dan? The fact of that is, don't fucking watch it. You know it's bollocks. Sorry for swearing, gentlemen and ladies. Don't watch it. Because the minute you watch these people who are promoting this negativity, you're giving them a platform and it's going off. Do what I do. Don't watch it. Don't entertain it. Now, it's hard to do and it's a hard life to live. But that is the way you've got to live. Don't give these people, some people you're watching on certain platforms, Piers Morgan, one of them, interviews people you know, you're hating them just by watching them. But you think, why are you giving them a platform?
Exactly.
So it breeds others. Now, you've got to look at things factually and stern, just as we were brought up as our English culture. We're progressive, we're strong, and we're hard-working people. Don't ever lose that. Make sure your kids learn that, because the schools are teaching it out of it, and it's not right. Now, Saturday's a big day, you know. Get yourself down there, you know, whether you can, and it doesn't matter. The men that I bring are figures of the community, Dan. Property developers, business owners, they're educated men. Gone are the days, I love all my brothers, are the 1-2 special brew drinking England fan. I love you all, you know, but these men are different. These men are family men that are taking a stand.
Well, we just had a situation, didn't we? We went to, Dino took me to Winston Churchill, sort of like a smoke room. Yeah. Winston Churchill's chair was in the corner that used to sit in and smoke his cigars. I never had a cigar, it's the first one I had. But as we were walking out, very posh looking, probably 25. 25-year-old lad just stopped me and went, "Hello, Danny, just want to shake your hand." He said, "I'm coming on Saturday." And I was intrigued by it, because I thought, this guy, if I'd have seen him in the street, I'd think he was, you know, not middle class, he's definitely upper class. And I said, you know, and I had a conversation with him, and he was talking to me. He's a member of the Conservative Party, member of the Conservative Party, works within the Conservative Party, and resigned yesterday. Do you know why he resigned? He resigned yesterday because what happened was, he was on a WhatsApp group, and someone was saying something about Tommy Robinson, calling him an extremist, calling him this, and his only message within this huge WhatsApp group was, to call Tommy an extremist is ridiculous. And he was actually phone called just after that and said, "You can't disagree with us on a public platform like WhatsApp with, not public, but with all those people in there." So he resigned yesterday. I thought it was an iconic story, really, because we were in there, you know, and even them, you know, from different culture classes, they've had enough. And it was just interesting to see, wasn't it?
Well, it's, the point of the fact is, we're turning the right heads. You know, and this is what I'm saying. It's not a, you know, God bless Tommy and everything he's doing. If you don't like or you got a stigma, it's not about one man. This is about...
And he says that himself.
About the movement, you know. I'd openly say I don't agree with some of the people around it at the minute, but Tommy's got my 100% support. and I'll be there Saturday. I'll be shaking hands, kissing cheeks, and doing the right thing for the country, and that, I think that's important. I just want to say quickly as well, to all the people in Leeds who have suffered. We've had stories of a couple of single mums, the woman who got arrested.
Yeah.
Listen, we're aware, and we know, all right, and we're thinking of you.
There was a story, I'll tell you the story because it's quite important that people know. There's a story it's been circulated of a single mother, either one or two children. The fires were happening in Leeds, the riot was happening outside her house. She couldn't get to the front door because the violence was happening. She was on the phone to the police refused to come. This woman sat in a bathroom with either a one or two children, I can't remember what it was. And it's honestly, to think that single mothers are sitting in these places, you know, scared to death. Imagine that. Imagine
Yeah.
that.
It's not good. Listen, I know the ins and outs of everything, so do you. We've spoken about it already. You know, like I said, listen, you're in our hearts, you're in our minds, and we know, we're aware. You know, and I just want to say on this as well, the support from Scotland, the support from the Northern Irish, from all around the country, Canada, America, all eyes on us Saturday.
Yeah,
so behave yourself. You know, I'm probably the world's worst.
Yeah.
Lead on me, but
I mean, the work that's behind. I mean, Tommy's done so much networking.
Yeah.
Since the last event. I know for a fact there's some real big names. You understand the work that Tommy's putting in to get these people to come and make sure that the world can see what's going to happen on Saturday. So big up for that. But yeah, listen, I'm going to go home now. You're going to go home.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in.
God bless everyone.
God bless. See you later.
Thank you.